Salutations, this is Grim and welcome back to our Let's Play of Caves of Qud. We are Nash Ramir. We're Nash, the repugnant beast. We've just made it to arcade, to the arcade to the Twin Gates at Almond Porch. And here we see a bunch of Asphodelites, as well as Asphodel, the Earl of Almond Porch. Now we have seen descriptions of Asphodelites before, which brings me also, if you'll recall, I was last session I had, I was wondering about whether or not we'd actually explored Isaruk, and we had, and I looked back at the footage, and we fled Isaruk because there were a bunch of Asphodelites there that were doing a lot of electric damage, and at the time, most of our damage was being done with discharge, which they were pretty resistant to. So good to remember that. But anyway, we'll read it again. A clan of contoured petals upfold to a fluored bowl. Sharp current climbs their filament and hops from anther to anther, while the dirt stutters around their digging roots. And we've got Asphodel, the Earl of Almond Porch. Asphodel, called the Lovely, turns their tipping anthers at seductive angles. All the bright golds of the harvest sun and musa peel are garnishes to the frail beauty of their petal. She claims the aesthetic lineage of Hegelrut, and from that argument flowers their claim to Almond Porch and the entire great shade of the grove. So loved by the Consortium of Phyta and flowers, but hated by winged mammals for worshipping a highly entropic being. Winged mammals. So, winged mammals, we're actually in pretty good with. We've got really positive reputation with winged mammals. Is that because of something we're wearing, or is that innate? And would it tell us? If we have something feathered, oh yeah, it's because, oh no, that's unshelled reptiles. Okay. It's not this. I don't think it's this. No. Okay. Nope, it's not this. All right, I don't think it is anything that we're wearing. I think it's just natural. Which I wonder, let's look at unshelled reptiles, because I do wonder, yeah, this is really high. Does it, I would love for it to show us how much of that reputation is from equipment or not. We might just need to manually check. All right. So, we could do the water ritual, I think, with you. Let's look at the Consortium of Phyta. Yeah, it's positive. It's 50, but it's not great. It would be... So, yeah, that could be good. And then flowers, of course, will increase as well. I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to do the water ritual with you. This is going to be interesting. There's also a lot of other stuff around here. There's a Klein, Convivia in the Lyman, the boundary between sun-baked Mograyi and the shade of the spindle, involves the mulling of cider holography and the arrangement of clini at right angles. There's a low wall. Yeah, we've seen some of these things before. A wide glass bottle. Glass was blown to a wide bowl and thin stem in the tradition of the grove-carpeted mountain Laganos, where the style's first artisans worked through the thick and ripe air of the musa wood. Did spindle glitter dust their marvers and pipes? We've seen a hammock. There's also here carved stone from the Sultanate of Emed I. Gigantic old stone was stacked, napped, and carved in long arcs to the style of the day in the time of Emed I. Since then, the project has accrued collaborators, and their signatures are writ everywhere. Here the lacuna of a vandal's edit, there the soft strokes of time's brush. Very cool. I'm sure there's a lot more to see around here, but let's talk to you. Good voice for Asphodel. I don't know. Welcome to Almond Porch, traveler. Enjoy your visit to my earldom. Feast your eyes upon my tall and glorious spindle, taking the scent of roasted musa. Are you truly the Earl of Almond Porch? Indubitably, for I've proclaimed it so. There was no earl to tell me otherwise. Earl Asphodel, the I'm not going to do this yet. I want to do the water ritual with you. Thirst, water, drink. You share your water with Asphodel. Actually, I just realized doing this, it's too late now, but doing this means that it really removes an option with Asphodel, or maybe even a couple of options for resolving this quest. So that's interesting. Because we can't kill Asphodel now that we've done the water ritual. All right, reputation with Consortium of Phyta goes up. And flowers. And now winged mammals are indifferent to us. Meh. And we can share secrets. How about a dromad caravan? And the location of the legendary haberdasher. We're now favored by the Consortium of Phyta. I think that may ultimately be really good for this quest, actually, in opening up another avenue that after we've closed one or two. All right, so Earl Asphodel, the Barathromites request your permission to lease control of the spindle. Their inquiries into the past have led them here. What voice was I doing? Lease. Oh, wow. I don't remember just like 5 minutes ago what voice I was doing. Lease control of my spindle, you say? Well, that's a... is that the voice I was doing? That's a colossal request. There's no simple price I can assign to such a thing. Were I to grant such a request, you would owe me a great debt. You and several of your allies. So you say. How can I appease you? I will convene a council. The first council of Amanporch. Send word to 4 of your allied factions. Have them send delegates. Together, perhaps, you can appease me. Oh, so we're... Yeah, this is what I was thinking. If we were loved by the Consortium of Phyta, we would have this option. But we're not loved, we're just favored. Let's see if we can get loved. I'm going to escape. I really say not today. So what else can we do to get reputation with the Consortium of Phyta? And how much do we need to be loved? We're already welcome in their holy places. Are we loved by anybody? I don't think so. But if it's possible we could wear some equipment that could increase it. All right, we're gonna wait on this. Banana tree. Yeah, I don't know if we've looked at some of the trees and things. Well, a banana tree. Fruited hands climb the stalks of the grifter tree. When the light catches on the surface of the exposed corm, spindle glitter throws it back to the widened grove. I think we may have. Let's take a look around here, because here's the Tomb of the Eaters. Might as well just explore this tile. Oh, witchwood bark. Are these all... Oh, here... No, you met the second. You met the second. Shale pour. No longer legible. Stone quarried from the early earth divides the art of life. Yeah, significant event from the life of the Sultan, but no longer legible. Really interesting. Okay. I think they all kind of say stuff like that. But let's take a look at the door. And also, what about, like, what's this, actually? Oh, graffitied carved stone. Overtime Giub. Yeah, what is this? Oh, a statue of an eater. Yep. And here's a door. A life gate. Patinae have transformed the Cyclopean bronze doors into great shelves of seafoam and coral. The theater of life is depicted on the panels in high relief. Palm trees lift pyramids into the star-ribboned sky, and water pours over the lip of an Orinoco. Lovers yoke across the frieze, and goats chew copper cud on the cornices. Cool. I assume this one says the same thing. Oh, no, this is the death gate. So Patinae have transformed the Cyclopean bronze doors into great shelves of seafoam and coral. Lyrical death is depicted on the panels in high relief. Chained cables lift inverted pyramids through a calcified village. Gaseous fire and vaults of brine. Skeleton harpists traipse across the frieze, and goats chew copper bones on the cornices. Cool. In the exile's handwriting, says that graffiti. Okay. All right, let's go into Ezra. Weathered wood. Here we have a banana rancher. He maneuvers under a tunic made from sackcloth and braided goat hair. His olive skin and straw hair glisten with spindle dust. Eat bananas every day to keep your mind quick, but don't eat too many or you might get sick. Oh, you got snail-encrusted sandals, which gives reputation with mollusks. Anything we could wear that might give reputation to a particular... They're so cheap, I feel like we should get them. Do we have anything cheap to sell? Probably not. Not really. Yeah, whatever. I'll just buy them. Cool. Let's preserve our fresh foods. A lot of plump mushrooms. I don't know if we're inspired. We probably are. We're always inspired. Anything... Well, we have pickled mushrooms here. Why don't we use those? Pickled mushrooms. And law petals. Oh, yeah. All right, inspiration. Oh, this is interesting. This means this reputation, or this recipe would give us reputation temporarily with fungi. Itchy skin intimidates. When you're afraid you're immune to fungal spores. No, this one's really good. Yeah, and +2 mental armor. Nashramir's Isakari, mushrooms, and flour. That could actually be useful. That's great. Is there a goat herder? Are you a goat herder? You're another banana rancher. Oh, that's Mayor Hadass. Flower buds cluster in sixes across their time-maimed topaz bark and are ringed by glossy green leaves. They shoot up tall in defiance of millennia of wall shade, but their crown sags with wary softness, and their exposed roots trace the outline of a grassy salon. The grove's oldest tree, called the Hadass, welcomes you to their shadow. Now you're loved by the villagers of Ezra and trees, and admired by the Citrian three-sided diefolk, so there's no reason we shouldn't do the water ritual with you.
You are welcome in the village of Ezra, seedling. Sit with me and watch the sun breathe shadows over the day.
You're a tree. No, let's start with the water ritual and then ask stuff like that. Swap spittle. You share your water with Mayor Hadass. Ezra likes us more. Trees like us more. This cult likes us more. All right. We have nothing else to give. You could teach us a recipe, but that's okay. We haven't actually looked at that recipe yet. You have anything to trade? No. Live and drink.
You're a tree. Ha! Ha ha ha! So I am. I split stone and joggle my fingers at the salt sky. So I do today. So I did yesterday.
How old are you?
I tally so many autumns, but until I am black with rot, I cannot be right. The etching of my undertrunk places my seed date to the reign of Emed II, so I am told.
Technically, that makes you an eater, doesn't it?
Ha ha ha! I suppose so.
How did you become mayor of this village?
Ha! I stood long enough. I joggled my fingers at the salt sky, and I watched thy seedling sprout and wither, and I watched thou place stones in straight lines like the bees their nest of wax. I stood until the stones were nigh by me. The people followed the stones.
I'd like to ask you something else. The carved reliefs here are eater ancient. What is the history of this place?
Ezra is more than tree old. It's stone old. Seedlings have lived here since our roots dreamed of joggling their fingers at the salt sky. They ate earth and belched freight at the stars, and this place was their stomach. Later, as the star tree died and they buried their dead under its roots, this was their funerary place. Now we nurse electric milk from the old and aching temple to turn our wheels and grind our seeds and grain. Now we are they. Star tree? Aye, the blue mother who breaks the sky. Those who eat call her Gyaus, and those who wake call her Spindle. Who is Ezra's warden? One called 1FF, who wandered in errancy out from the tomb, and was reprogrammed by the daughter who lived and died in the wrought black box 9 daughters ago. I'm looking for work. Ezra is old, has long since cut a groove into the world, and resides there in stillness and harmony. But Sotham the Penitent One is a seedling, new to the world. He quakes at all the tensing the world does. Perhaps you can share in his angst. Go find him by the headstones for the dead. Point me toward your merchants. To the northwest seek the wrought black box. There a plant and daughter live. There cats of chrome purr at tiny suns. Live and drink, tall friend.
That was lovely. We have water here, fresh water. And here we have Warden 1FF, the reprogrammed conservator, just as the mayor was telling us. Stuck to the rind of mirrored chrome sequins are 2 separate ecologies, the crispy dead growths of the inner tomb and the verdurous molt of grove life. As the years spin by and the Colossus adjusts to the sun-drenched outer world, the latter consumes the former. And you're loved by wardens and admired by the village. Okay, so we can do the water ritual with you for sure. Or the oil ritual. Let's chat. Out of an oculus pours a scanning cone of mosaic light. It's unclear if they regard you as an interloper, but they take no aggressive action. We'll lick our lips. You share your oil with Warden 1FF, reprogrammed conservator, and begin the water ritual. Nice. Excellent. And we can share secrets, location of a fort, Bela. Oh, we could have the warden join us. That would be interesting. You have nothing to trade. Okay, another banana rancher. And here is the graveyard. Let's take a look at these graves. Here lies the body of Kirushroom, fell from a cliff trying to recover a lost rubber suit. Graffiti is scrawled on it. In its new context, the peptic chair menaces. And Kimawar, burned to death by a symbiotic firefly. In loving memory of Yawer, died of natural causes. In memory of Kid, killed in a duel over a nocturnal apex implant. In memory of Quamut, breathed too much confusion gas. Whoops. Rest in peace, Hashakat, became obsessed with on-humanoid mimicry of animals and plants, and forgot to eat. Here is the body of Kashwoshwoon, fell from a cliff trying to recover a lost mag hammer. Here lies Mewer, ate too many law pedals. Let's say too many or too much. Too much law pedals. Here rests the body of Nurushishum, overdosed on a rubber gum injector. Here lies the body of Nimerem, thrown into a pool of acid by a quartz baboon. And here lies the body of Rebecca, succumbed to glot rot. And we have a little image, / exclamation point, less than. I'm going to actually write this down on my notes here. In my notes that I am keeping that you cannot see. I've written it down. Okay. We note that piece of information in our lore. And look at this lovely grave for Rebecca. Okay. And who is this here? Zotham the Penitent. A man in the threadbare clothes of a tattered knight stands as if hewn from the trunk of a tree. Gnarled hands grip with more force than is needed for the task of standing at an unasked vigil. And he's got something special equipped, La Jeunesse. La Jeunesse. Which I don't actually know what that is. Live and drink, wayfarer, cause no strife here, and we will have no quarrel.
You speak like a warden.
I am no warden. My only fellowship is with my own shame.
Why are you ashamed?
I was once a vile grave robber, the lowest of the low. Years ago I sought to plunder the tomb of the Eaters, and set off to do so with a pair of confederates. I watched both of them die, slain by ancient artifice and entombed with the ancient dead. I would have shared their fate but for a coterie of Mapongo nesting in the catacombs. They kept me safe and fed me while I treated my wounds. It is in their honor that I seek a credo now.
Credo?
Yes, it is a rite of passage for the Mopongo people, a statement that inspires contemplation, discussion, and thought. An ideal credo has no single explanation or interpretation, and is meant to inspire contemplation in those who hear it. For this reason, it is considered rude among Mopongo to ask the meaning of a credo. Someday I will find mine.
Who are the Mapongo?
Mopongo are plated, digging creatures whose armor scales glow a pale white. They are contemplative, sociable, and mostly peaceful. They commune with ancient objects, which is why a coterie of their kind live in the tomb of the Eaters. They are patient even with rough-hewn wanderers such as we, but it is still not best to ask one to explain their credo.
I'd like to meet these Mopongo.
If you do find yourself in the tomb, the Mopongo settlement is nestled in the wall of the northwest catacombs. The entrance is guarded by a chain turret named Vivira, brightly painted to distinguish him from their brethren. Resist your reflexive urge to fight or flee, as Vivira is friendly and open to parley. If you meet, tell him I sent you.
Speak to a turret? I suppose I will. Live and drink.
The Buried Watchers. Do you have more to talk about?
I am Nashrumir, by the way. Who are you?
I am no one of any importance, but my name is Autumn, and some call me the Penitent.
Penitent?
I was once a vile grave robber. Yeah, you already told us these things.
And also Mopongo. I need to enter the tomb of the Eaters.
Is your motivation just?
Yes.
Only those who pay their respects to the grave of Rebecca will know the way into the tomb. If you make it inside, the Mopongo will offer you solace and knowledge, and can tell you more about the tomb's contents.
Who is Rebecca?
Rebecca was a physician and an advisor to Reshef until she lost his favor. When after years of exile she lost her voice and her life, she was buried here, an outsider unfit to be interred with the honored dead. So she rests here. I believe her proximity will help me find my credo. Do you have anything to trade? A Fullerite longsword. Okay.
Live and drink, Penitent One.
We have a shop here. Almond Porch Gadget Repair. Let's take a look. Well, here you have a power telescope. Glass loons refract light and paint images in fictive angular size. A wire extruder. A glinting spindle of steel is spiraled with grooves for stripping wire from raw nuggets and ingots. Oh, can we use that? Can we put in a copper nugget and get wire? Can we get silver wire that way? I'm really curious here. We have a copper nugget pulling in. Can I use it? Show effects. No effects. Oh! The wire extruder strips a copper nugget into wire strand. I didn't know you could make wire strand. And I know we have... It's probably not worth trying it with a silver nugget. But I'm kind of tempted to do so. We don't have enough wealth to... Do we have enough wealth to justify it? I really feel like it's worth 50 drams to try this thing I've never tried. Do it. Okay, it made even more wired strand, but it's not different wired strand. That was definitely a waste. Oh yeah, take it. Okay, that was definitely a waste of 50, but I'm not sad that I tried it. Okay, here's Yilahaj. Spools of hair are bunched under the frustum of her habit. Her round cheeks are smeared with polyurethane and spindle dust, and her face is pulled low by the violence of her square jaw. Long, muscular forearms are tensed by the repeating pinching motion of tool manipulation. Her eyes are ultra keen and shine bright cyan, and her vision smoothly segues between her work and her surroundings. So you're loved by the Daughters of Exile, but disliked by the Barathamites and hated by birds. Is there anything else here? An arc sconce. A unicomputer. Inside a metal chassis, amber glyphs ride the scan lines painted by a cathode ray. Frustum keys are arranged in quiet rows. Cool. All right, we'll talk to you. Traveler, put down your mangled trinkets, and I'll repair them. Ah, who are you? She gives you a hard stare. I am a daughter of exile, but you should call me Hlahaj. Daughter of exile? Tinker nuns. The world sees fit to call us that, my sisters and me. Do you know the story told of Rebecca the exile? She was a teacher to Reshef, but he excommunicated her from the Sultanate and banished her from the realm. To know her, I have chosen a life of unbelonging, and among my sisters I have the honor of permanent residence by her gravesite. I'll tell you this, traveler, the shape of a society is visible only from the outside, and there is peace beyond a boundary. So this is interesting. I don't know why there's an exclamation point. You know what? Before we do this, I'm going to... I don't know what that means. I'm going to do precognition and talk to you. And now I'm going to say, wasn't Rebecca a healer? Wasn't Rebecca a healer? Why are you an order of tinkers? Hlahaj pauses. You presume too narrow a meaning of health. Yeah, I can say that again. Tell me about this ancient village. Ezra sits in the shadow of history, where small things grow. It's the moss beneath the statue, quite literally. For centuries, monarchs concerned themselves with felling trees, and now of the Covenant, only Ezra remains. It's home to Rebecca's gravesite, so for the daughters, it is a sacred place. You may notice more of us on pilgrimage. Who is the man camped near the graveyard? Zotham. I don't see utility in unkindness, but he's a fool. Whereat that proximity to meekness made one meek. I have no use for a man who seeks salvation in the body of a dead woman. What do you think of the plant you share this building with? I think there's a plant on the other side of the wall. I don't. Let's trade. Yeah, you are a tinker. You sell the handy nuke data disk. and step sewers. And a credit wedge. Not that we need a credit wedge. Do we have... I think this is an ego. We don't have a face still. Yeah, okay. Do we have... I don't remember what data disks... or I don't even remember what level of Tinker we have. I think we have Tinker 2, right? Yeah. 29 intelligence for Tinker 3. That's going to be a while. We have 4 mutation points. Do we get another mutation? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe we do. Do you have more to say? No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, let's wear... oh, right. We can't even wear anything. You could identify all this stuff. Is it worth getting the handy nuke data disk? I don't know. It doesn't seem like something that we would use very often. I think we're okay. And it's really... Look at this. Look how much this sells for. That is pretty amazing. I guess we're fine. I don't think we need to buy that. I mean, we could. It wouldn't be that bad, really. Let's sell this folded carbide stuff. Crysteel, I think the Crysteel longsword, right? Hold on. Yeah, because we're using this two-handed fullerite longsword. Now that weapon used to be our main weapon. I might keep it a little bit. All right, sell these things. Sell all the carbide daggers. I think I am going to get the handy nuke recipe for it. It'll be, you know, for later. Sell this sword. I don't know if we need the rank fangs. Anything, I don't know if which better, lambent or tenuous, but let's sell the tenuous one. All right, that's more than enough. Cool. Okay. And then here we have Six Shrew. Sharp leaves burst forth from a decorative pot like a geyser of verdure. They flit as with irritation and offense at every stimulus, an assumption that might seem like an overread if it weren't for the strong telepathic halo of frustration radiating from their leafy form. Oh joy, another meat being. Please tell me you're here to buy something. I'm Nashramir. You are... Actually, is something the matter? Oh, I'm fine, fine. I simply adore being assigned the stinking backwater Musa Grove after decades of service, unceremoniously dumped in an office next to a fleshy tinker who works night and day, making all manner of racket through the thinnest, most conductive walls ever crafted. What is it the humans say? Living the dream? Yes, I am living the dream. I am Nashramir. You are? I'm Six Shrew, a merchant from the Consortium of Phyta, disinclined to waste your time on talkative strangers. I sell things, and you can buy them. I would in fact strongly encourage you to buy them, or be on your way. Why are you called Six Shrew? Why are you called Pest? I'm not. You are now. Are you going to buy something, Pest? You're being a bit rude. You're being a bit annoying, so I suppose both of us have our burdens to bear. Perhaps we should do some trading and move on with our lives. All right, what do you got? What do you got? You got some food. You have a strange piece of meat, which is... I can't identify that. Yeah, you don't identify things. That's probably a, what's it? Flesh gun, whatever it's called. Which could be something that we want to equip. Possibly. Crysteel gauntlets. Crystal Aegis. But yeah, nothing too amazing. What's it called? A cycle something gun. Okay. Consortium trade post. And here we have high voltage power lines. Copper, carbon, and glass fiber were rounded into a robust electrical conduit. And that goes... No, don't return to the start of the vision. That goes into Ebon Falcrete. Black islands of carbon gravel populate an ocean of bitumen and rise from the horizontal plane toward the emptiness of the air rasp. Time and pressure have laid hairline trenches along the basin. Graffitied carved stone. Inventive and orderly. All right. Is there anyone else in this village that we want to talk to? Oh, we're getting information about Ymid the First from the mural. Recall the year of the bold kinfolk when a corrupt administrator was appointed minister of Tunip. He outlawed association with roots, and Ymid was forced to flee. Yeah, we should definitely auto-explore wherever there are murals in case there is new information. Sure, I'll take these things, if that's If no one minds my taking them. So we need to get more reputation with the Consortium of Phyta, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that. I guess I'll take these. Okay, take these and just sell them? Yeah, we're overburdened now, but can I drop? What can I drop? We have some heavy missile weapon. The freeze ray. Drop that for a second. Do you have anything that I could purchase that makes sense to purchase? I don't suppose we want those fullerite. I mean, yeah, these give us +1 agility, which I think is nicer than having... We don't really need the armor. So I think we do want to sell those. I mean, I could just sell them for the water. Sure. And then maybe we could just identify stuff. They are scaled, so it does give us reputation with unshelled reptiles, but scaled is not the most rare. We probably have other scaled things. Just sell it. Yeah, I'll just take the water. It's a lot of water. Maybe too much water. Yeah, it is too much water. Let's identify all this stuff with all that water. Oh, it's all that stuff? It's all cyber... Maybe it's not all cybernetics. I don't know. Like, what about this trinket? Oh, an Ezra recoiler. We want that. Buy that. Yeah, just buy it. Perfect. All right. Great. Take the freeze ray. You got some scaled leather boots. Yeah, scaled is pretty common. All right, nothing else to explore. Although, let's go back to here and keep auto-exploring just in case there's information to get from the walls. And then I think we'll want to... I think our next steps... I'll do a little offline looking at... let's fly. On how to increase our reputation with the Consortium of Phyta. I don't know if there are items we can get or other NPCs we can talk to. But we will want to go back here soon and see if we can't get that. Also, the main reason we came up here is to check out Sumrir. So let's head over to Sumrir. Got a little XP there. A bunch of XP for completing the quest to visit. Stop flying. Now, we're not in the holy place, I think, until we're underground. But goat folk don't like us. And there's a goat folk under there. Yeah, this is the Order of the Scourge of Tunip. Which... The Order of the Scourge of Tunip. Yeah, it's -50. Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to fully explore this. I think we're not going to go down in here yet. Let's just make something that'll give us some hit points. Let's eat some jerky. All right, let me get an auto explore a bit. We hear... Why did we... Okay. Why are we stopping? Can I look at this? Okay, that is information we didn't have. A shrine to Arazrashid, Coin Waker. At twilight, under a weird and vermilion sky, the people of Mamravu saw an image on the horizon that looked like a charm bathed in vermilion. It was Arazrashid, and after she came and left Mamravu, the people built a monument to her, and thenceforth called her the Vermilion Charm. All right, so there's some wild stuff going on to the southeast here. Ah. All right, we do have a hostile creature here. We're going to back up. Do we have hearing? Is that what, yeah, heightened hearing. That's really nice. So we can see exactly where they are. It's especially nice with discharge, because we can discharge through things, but we want to make sure we don't attack our friends. Let's attack. Okay, so that was electrical damage from our longsword, and it is arcing. That is dangerous. We could end up hurting friends. We might need to be careful with that. Are you all still friendly? Yeah. That does make me a little nervous. We'll probably want to switch to a different weapon soon. Because we definitely don't want to accidentally lightning our friends. I am curious about what creatures are down below here, so let's take a look. They are going to be hostile down here. Probably. You're fine. Alright. Let's not explore down there quite yet. Let's auto-explore up here, see if there's anything to get. Alright, we're fine. Carving things up. Any goat folk we'll have to deal with, but everything else should be not hostile here. I'm gonna discharge, but directly south. Okay, I think we hit the goat folk, and I think we missed everything. Hopefully we didn't get anything else. All right, I'll let them. I'm gonna wait over here. Let them deal with the goat folk. There's no incentive for us to kill the goat folk ourselves. We have books here. All right, here's goat folk. I do need to be careful not to hurt my friends. And we have, yeah, this light rail gun. Nice. We got another silver nugget. Well, that makes me feel better about using the one that we had. To make some wire, to make 10 feet of wire. Okay. All right, after we're done exploring here, we'll put in a cut, and then we'll go down and see how we do. Oh, there's a lot of books here. Okay, that's great, but we are getting a little encumbered. I suppose I should pick up all that meat, but I don't really want to deal with it right now. All right, so we're going to put in a cut. Next episode, we're going to look down here, try to find another artifact. We'll see how we do. Fortunately, we don't need to worry about our weapon arcing below because most of the things are going to be hostile anyway. I enjoyed playing with you today, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.